Hey there, YouTube, and let's continue this song. So, we've got this sound, right? And we want to do stuff with it, yeah? We want to do so much stuff with it. There's a couple of controls I want to do. So, distortion. I want to sort of control the amount of distortion. I want to control, so let's go in here. Fuzz plus, boop, and distortion done. Okay, next is I want to actually control some inputs over here in Ana 2. Like, for example, oh, no worries, Sefo. Cheers. Thank you so much for stopping by. And thank you, Fishing for Sound, for being so helpful. Cheers. Yes, and also follow Fishing for Sound because he's awesome. He makes great music. He's very, very cool. And he does it in Reaper. Has this awesome template. It just, I'm like, what? Every time I see it. Like, how did he do that? Probably a lot of patience and knowledge. So, macros, right? What are they? So there's the envelope filter that I want to sort of assign to macro 1. And also, like, I want it to be a bit punchier. So in order to do that, here's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna boop, cut out the little bits in here. Yeah? And you feel that it's a little bit more aggressive right now, a little bit punchier. Also, your piano will be delivered on Thursday. No more Oh, damn! You got yourself a piano? That's awesome! I hope you use it and play it in good health. So that's awesome. So macro 1 will be envelope 1, just so that my brain knows what the heck I'm doing. Okay, we're gonna give another automation lane to that. So let's go over here to main riff synth. Macro. Oh, actually, dude, you can sort of search. Oh my god! Okay, the workflow. Always think of the workflow. And there's another thing that I need to do, is that I need a filter over the top of all this. Once again. Because I want to open this up. Because, like, here's I have no idea what you're talking about, Fishing for Sound. Oh my god, did I just record for 3 minutes without showing the freaking DAW? Pro streamer, pro quality, just the best. Thank you, Fishing for Sound. It gives such a good drive. Yeah, it does. Thank you. Yeah, it feels like we're gonna do shit. Oh, I said a bad word. I'm sorry. I will refrain from that, no matter how excited I get. So, I've created 3 automation lanes, right, for this sound. One of the things that I'm automating is the amount of distortion that is happening on the fuzz plus over here, which is just like a fuzz. And this is a free plugin, as far as I remember, by the way, and it's awesome. Right? Because I just sort of want to move that along a little bit. The other thing is that I added a little filter over here, and I'm going to control this as we move on, because here's the kicker. When you add distortion, especially digital distortion, it creates sort of a high-end content that is very, very fizzy and very, very annoying. So we want to take care of that by using this filter and cutting some of that out. So like in a normal, this sound in a normal setting. Do you hear that? There's like a little bit of a thing, right? So I want to cut a little bit of that out. Yeah, and that's how it should sound. But we want to do tricks like and stuff like that. I don't know. So I want to control that as well. And the other thing that we're controlling over here in is the envelope on the actual synth. We want this to open up as the song goes. No worries, Fishing for Sound. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for being here. My lurkers, I love you too. It don't matter if you lurk. It don't matter if you type. It just matters that you're here. Thank you. So the filter cutoff, right? So the cutoff over here, and we want to control that as well. So here's how we want to do it. Like, here's how I'm thinking about doing it. Like, I want the beat to come in. We'll probably put in some stuff before that, right over here. Maybe do a little intro. But I want to get, again, I don't want to get stuck in this loop because it's very easy to do so. So first things first, I want to give a little bit of progression to this intro and just get to it, yeah? So distortion, the amount of distortion, we're going to start out from this place. We're going to build it up as we go. Just a teeny tiny bit. We don't want to overdo it with distortion because it's going to be too much, right? And we want to open up this little filter as we go. Platfus, hey! You just saw the latest Night City Wire with the car sound capture. These guys are insane. Polish boys, yes they are. Don't give me spoilers, please. I need to survive until the Christmas break without spoilers to actually until I can actually play the game. I can't watch the things. Right, so we're gonna have 4 bars of this, and it's gonna open up as we go. Cool? Cool. Right? We're going to put a little bit of a drum moving on as we go. Synth leads do that. No, I don't want the automation. And here's a little handy trick for you Cubase users out there. This little button, automation follows events. This little button is the bane of my existence because until I knew about this button, I would copy over with automation. It was so annoying. I had to clean it up. So this button, it's cool. I love it. So, distortion, I won't increase anymore, but I will open up the filter over here. Yeah, and that's cool. Now, in here, another thing that we kind of need to bring in is the hi-hat. So let's do that. Audio, stereo, drums, get in there. Let's do it. Hi-hat. Yeah, we might increase the tempo as we go on. I'm not sure yet. This tempo feels nice, but we know we fell into this trap with the orchestral synthwave song, and it felt like it was just not fast enough, right? So we'll see. Percussion? Not percussion. Samples. Future sessions is what I want? No. Awaken is what I want. Yes. Hi-hats. Real hi-hats. This has a little bit of a distorted thing, I think. I'm not sure. We'll see. So this could be like our basic sort of tick-tick hi-hat, I call it, which is like the hi-hat that's going all the time. I like this. And I need a bigger sort of closed hat for the main hits. This could be an annoying sound. Let's try this one. Okay, let's build our hi-hat, right? So, main hit. Right, we're gonna do 16th notes. We're gonna use this little bugger over here, right? And again, like what we did, for example, for the orchestral synthwave track, is that the hi-hats sort of breathe a little bit, right? And we use this this little accent over here whenever, I don't know, a bar is ending. Over here. Not a bar, but a phrase, a musical phrase. So We do this with volumes, right? So you can see over here that the volumes of the hi-hats are going descending and then back up, right? With the first hit being a different type of sample. We do this because we wanted to have groove, since Cam was asking about that, right? Calm, sorry. Calm was asking about that. Here's how we give groove, right? We make the hi-hat, for example, feel like it has ebb and flow. Yeah? Unfortunately, it has some high-end stuff that really needs to stop doing what it's doing. We won't actually use a filter for that. We'll just go in straight up with our EQ, high pass the living crap out of it. We just want it to be like a little tick up there. Now, low pass over here, take out the extraneous high-end content. I am on the right track, dude. Hold on. Too much. Can we please loop that? Thank you, Cubase. Okay, that could work. I'm not super happy with it, but it could work. We will see. Okay, let's do this. I think it needs to sort of just be a tad cleaned up. Maybe. We will see. Right, and boop, and with the open hat there, and that's a phrase. Wait, we don't want it to come in starting out, actually. Let's not boop that mic. Let's play a game called Boop That Mic. Don't do it. Right, and let's turn it down, way down, because you know how I just love my hi-hats. Let's put it to the side. Now, how I pan drums is usually drummer perspective, because I imagine myself actually playing the drums, right? And I'm right-handed, which usually means that your hi-hat is going to be on the left side. Now, it doesn't matter which way you pan your drums, really. A lot of people pan them audience perspective, like you are sitting in the audience and looking at the drummer play the drums, which means that if he's right-handed, or she, or if the person is right-handed, the hi-hat will be on the right side. But I don't want to do that, right? I like to pan drummer perspective. It just makes sense for me, probably because I played in bands, so I don't know. Cool. Now, let's get into a little bit of more arrangement, right? So we've added our hi-hat. What else is happening in this bit? Nothing is happening. We've just added the hi-hat. How long is this bit? Because honestly, it's been what? 20 seconds of song and nothing interesting has happened. Nothing whatsoever, right? We don't have any sort of other elements in here that can kind of make this interesting. So let's see how we can do that. Now, we could try bringing in some sound effects. We could try bringing in the lead. We could actually bring in bass. Let's start out with something simple. Let's start with actually bringing some bass into the song, right? First things first is I need to high pass the main riff. Once again, I'm not thinking of this riff. It is a bass. It is what you EDM people call a bass. But in my mind, it is not the bass because it is not holding the low end of the song. Right, the low end of the song will be held by the actual bass, which we're going to do right now. So, group. And once again, usually I keep my bass mono. We're not going to do that today. Why? You'll see. We'll do some wacky stuff with mid-side EQ, which is one of those techniques that you don't really need to know how to do. But, I mean, it's cool. You EDM people with your beeps and bloops. Yes, I do love you EDM people with your beeps and bloops. Actually, it's awesome. So, we've got the bass. Let's do a little sort of folder. Let's do that. Let's boop you over here. Let's make sure that we have the same folder. Bass. How low can you go? I still don't know the words to the rest of that song. No one, nothing, me. Start choking like Magikarp on my own saliva. That's fine. Okay. Boop, bass, do it. Done. You. Okay, so this is gonna be our main bass sound, right? So main bass, and you are going to be... Okay, so usually I would go for a synthwave bass, right? Like a Juno or something like that. Not over here. Jeebus. We're in C, right? No. Epic, distorted, modern. Let's try some modern basses. Digi bass. This could work as a layer, actually. You know what? You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it layered. I said I wanted just one sound, but let's not do it as one sound. Okay, so this is gonna be our second bass. Right, we're gonna send both of those to the group. The main bass, I don't wanna, but I think I'm going to go. Yeah, no. I think I'm going to go with the Juno. It's just like it's... Where are you? Retro, Prophet. There's like a fat Juno bass that I just love to bits. Maybe the... I just love it so much. Okay, you know what? Screw it. We'll see how it sounds. If it sounds too synth wavy, we'll change it out, right? The main bass and the second bass will actually will probably share parts, but will play an octave apart. You need to make sure that when you're using... So when you're layering stuff that's actually playing the same thing, don't be afraid to sort of experiment with different octaves on them, right? Because some synths sound better lower, some synths... The word synth... The word synth... The word synths is very hard for me today for some reason. I apologize. It's good that we're not working with a lot of synths. Anyway, different synths sound better in different octaves, right? Now, usually if we were doing the synthwave thing, we would put 16th notes on the off on every 16th note in a bar, except the places where the kick and the drums, where the kick and the snare hit. We won't do that, but we will sidechain now, or use envelopes or filters or something. We will do something like that. I feel that it's not as widely used in this sort of music and this sort of style as it is for synthwave to have that little right, right. Not a lot of people use that over here. It's just like a constant bass, but it's sidechained or LFO'd out to cut the volume when the kick hits, right? So with that in mind, there's a little thing on my screen over there. With that in mind, too low. This is the sound you want. With that in mind, we will keep it constant. Right? Boop, 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 and there you go, buddy. But again, in order to make it a bit more percussive and immediate and not have that little tail happening, we will just leave a little gap in there. Yeah? Okay, but this is not the right... This is where we need to do it. No, actually. Should the synth riff be higher? It feels like it should be... Like, it's clashing with my actual bass. Then this is an arrangement issue, but that's gonna be too high. Right? And here we go, our first arrangement problem. How do you solve this, right? I feel like the main sound is the most important thing, so we'll try not to sacrifice that for the bass. In that case, we'll try to do something different. So, what if, and I don't know if this will work, but what if we did sort of like eighth notes on every beat just to make it... Okay, that works. I'm not sure if I like it though. What if we do eighth notes then? Since the main riff is so involved, what if we do eighth notes on the bass? I'm down with that. Let's leave it like that. We'll see if it stays that way. I feel like it won't, but we'll see. Right, so how low do we want to go here? Not you. Beep, beep, beep. Yeah. No, that won't work. That won't actually work. So let's... We're gonna have to do the 16th notes. If we do the 16th notes, it'll be too much, won't it? Let's try like that. But wait a minute, we're doing it wrong, guys. Okay, I know how to fix this. We're gonna go in here. You know what the problem is? The problem is that our bass should actually only be holding low-end content. In this case. Which means that because the high-end content, the high harmonic content is clashing between the two sounds, right? It was also very, very loud. So we need to turn that down. Right? We don't want our bass to stick out that much with its high-end content, right? We just need a little bit. Right. If that's the case, let's do a little bit of a mix on it. So, for example, let's go with the high shelf. No, with the cut. I apologize. There you go. Is there reverb on these basses? Are these basses with reverb? Because I swear. No, this is a bit of tape saturation. How about you? No, just a limiter. Okay. There's a little bit of a tail to them. Yeah. Okay, we're good there. Right, and let's give it a little bit of a harmony. Yeah, so we're gonna grab this over here, and again, I'm doing this to not succumb to the loop rut. Not the loop rot. Your loops don't rot, they're digital. I don't know if tape rots. Shower questions. So, how do we want to do this? Like, I want a progression over here to happen. So, how about... So, we're actually not in the key of C minor, which is what's going to happen in the melodic bits. But we're actually in the key of A sharp minor, which is interesting, I guess. Right, so we're going to take all of this. We're going to try to see if we can make a progression happen over here. Let's see. Okay. I don't like that progression. Not one bit. And it doesn't feel like the bass... Like, when the bass changed, we should have felt it. Unfortunately, we did not. We're going to have to make the bass a little bit louder. Plus, I don't like the thing. Boop, boop, boop. Let's try an F in here. What happens if we do an F? Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. I still feel like maybe the main riff synth is a bit too open. Let's take down the distortion a little bit. Heyo, Fishing for Sound. Hope you have a great meal, or had a great meal, or are about to. Okay, so we cleaned up the main riff a little bit. We have a little bass. We have a little progression going. We are officially out of the loop rut. And that's how you do it. At least that's how I do it. Well, I hope you have a great meal, Fishing for Sound. So, yeah, we have a little sort of main riff sound. We have some bass. We have some drums. We have a little progression. We can kind of feel the song beginning to grow. Now we're going to need to add more mojo and vibe to it before we do anything more.